Welcome back, guys. So in this class we'll be work on login of a simple login for user, right? So I'll just close each and everything, and then simply I'll create a new directory inside our front called sessions. You can call this login user or session anything. I'll just call this sessions, right? And inside sessions I'll create a simple blade, and I'll just call this index, right? And if I just go to my front end part and I just open login, and this is the markup that I need, and if I just go and grab this in my text editor and just copy from this row and copy this row, and of course I'll extend front layouts, the master layout, and then I'll use the section, content section, add section, and then paste the row. Finally, we need to create a route for it. User login route get user / login, and then of course I'll create a controller for that real quick. And if I just say PHP origin make controller, and the name of the controller would be sessions controller, that should be inside a front folder. Oh yeah, again, the route is incomplete. Sorry for that. Okay, now front, and then sessions controller index method, right? And if I just open my sessions controller and use the index method, and let's just say in the view of inside sessions folder, and the session folder, if I just open session folders, we have index file, right? And that's it. So if I just go and reload the page, oh yeah, that's the old. And if I just say sign in, user / login, and sessions index, yeah, we need to say completely from directory. Okay, that's it. The login is completely, I think that's this time that's working fine. Now it's time to work on the post data. So if I just go to web.php and then create another route, yeah, that's a post, and that will use the store method. And then if I just go to my index and then expand the row, and yeah, the user / login, and the method would be post. And of course we're using the latest Laravel framework, so we need to use the CSRF protection, right? And we're getting email, password. Okay, there's a problem with password. That's it. Okay, that's fine. Now if you just go to our controller and then create a new method called store, and then bind the request class, and then if I just dump say request all, and if I just add some data, for example, like that, okay, there we go, we're just getting that. That means that our login page data is working perfectly. That's sending the data. Okay, now if you just open again the session controller, and the first of all, as always, we need to validate the user. So we'll use, no, this time we'll use something new. I'll just create a rules for email, and that's required. Okay, and of course the password, that's also required, right? Oh yeah, we're just missing semicolon. And now if I just say request validate, and then simply we'll just say rules here. Okay, and then if you just go to index file, and then for each or errors, I'll just copy get errors from here. That's it. Copy these errors. You can also create a layout for errors here and just include this. That would be good. And I'll just try to do it. because I don't want to waste your time and even a second Okay, that's it. The email and the password field is required, but we're also receiving the get data. So I think there might be a problem. The method is post, that's fine. Just reload and add some data, for example, like that. Okay, that's it. Now it's fine. And we should also use this, like the text type would be password for password, right? Okay, that's it. The validation part is working, and now it's time to work on the other part. For example, we have first we need to say check if the user exists, or Laravel just do it for us. Laravel is, as a tool, Laravel is really cool framework and lots of stuff that could help us to do things real simple. So we'll use again the auth helper, right? And then this time we'll use the attempt method, right? In admin panel we use the guard. Currently, basically in this series we will not use any guard. We'll use the simple authentication, right? So I'll simply say, okay, well, again we'll create a variable for that, for example data for users data, okay? And I'll simply say request, the request helper, and then the email and password, okay? And then we'll say data. Now we say if not auth attempt data, then simply we'll say return back again with some errors. The error would be, for example, wrong. Please try again. Okay, and then if everything is fine, then we need to redirect this to user/profile. Okay, so if you just say for example a wrong data here, and you can see the wrong credentials, please try again. Now if I just try to add a correct data that exists exactly in our database, in this case we have just recently we just registered billy2@mail.com and the password is secret. So if you just click on login, and there we go, we just got the welcome the name of the user, right? And so we need to, of course we will create the profile page later in the next series, but at the moment we will just go to the master file or front end, and then here in the, I think inside the content or index file, yeah, the nav part, in here we will say auth check. If that means if the user is logged in, then we simply need the auth user and then the name of the user, right, who is login. And if not, then simply we need to show account. So if I just reload the page, you can see Billy is login. And of course we need to set up the links, for example the login part, and of course again we will check to see if auth check, that means if the user is authenticated or logged in. And then of course we need to show the links or not. If the auth check, that means if the user is logged in, then show. If not, for example, let's say if not auth check, if the user is not logged in, then show these links, okay? Else, for example, we say else, and then and if else, simply we need a link for logout, and then we'll call logout here. Here we'll say user/login and user/logout. Okay, so reload the page, go to, you can see now Billy's login, so he can also simply he could only log out itself, user/logout. Okay, That's it, nice and simple. So in the next video, this is quite long video, sorry for that. In the next video we'll try to I'll just try to keep the videos too short, and in the next video we'll be work on logout part. See you there.